Hey everybody,
Hey,
it's Sam C.
who am
You're Bobbie D. I was waiting for you to say that.
I?
You fooled me.
I fooled you.
Yeah. So we are here. Welcome back to another Cubbage Critiques, and we have another good one for you. And if this is your first time, welcome aboard. We're glad that you're hanging out with us.
That's true.
Yep. Hopefully, well, for a short time, we're not going to hold you up.
That's true.
But
Just a little. Well, it's a good critique.
it's a very good, very interesting critique.
Yes.
And just to let you know that Coverage Critiques is partnered with the Netta's Avon store and sponsored by Vibrant Souls Health and Wellness.
That is correct.
And you can find both of those great companies by doing this. If you're looking for the Netta's Avon store, you can type in youravon.com, hit the backslash, and type in her first and last name, which is Danetta Hardy, DANETTA HARDY. And if you're looking for Vibrant Souls, you can go to Facebook and Instagram. And you can also email Vibrant Souls at vibrantsouls@gmail.com.
That is correct.
So, yes, we do have a very, very interesting and a very good critique for you today. So, we hope you will stay tuned because I think you may find it very interesting.
That's the truth.
All right. So, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
There
All
we
right,
are.
and welcome back to Coverage Critiques. We're glad that you were here. And like I said, if this is your first time, welcome aboard. We want to welcome those of you who may have found us by way of our mini shorts or just stumbled across somehow and found us.
That's true. Keep it up.
Well, we're happy that you're here anyway.
That's true.
And,
Tell your friends and your family.
Yeah, tell a friend.
And tell them to subscribe
Yeah,
and like
and get your notifications set too.
and share.
The sharing
And the
is
train.
and the train, because sharing is caring.
That's the truth.
So we had a chance to attend a wonderful play a while back. I would say how long, but
January.
January, and it was a very interesting title.
Yes.
And when you showed me this, I had to take a double look at this, and I said, "Say that again." Because the name of the play was just really interesting. So, why don't we show everybody exactly, or tell everybody first what the name of the play is, and then we'll show them the pamphlet book.
Malcolm X and Red Fox washing dishes at Jimmy's Chicken Shack in Harlem.
You see the Jimmy's Chicken Shack logo there. So,
Yes, and
really intriguing. The name itself was so long. Like I thought it was a joke.
well, that little label there, that little chicken there, is what kind of moved my eyes to it. And then I saw the first thing I saw was the chicken, and then I saw Malcolm X. I'm like, what? What is Malcolm X's name doing with a chicken? And then I read on.
It was interesting.
So that's how we ended up going to see Malcolm X and Red Fox washing dishes at Jimmy's Chicken Shack in Harlem.
And it was quite a production. And how do you think? Do you think the stage area, like where we were sitting, was how would you think that was? Was it big? Was it medium? Was it? What do you think?
I thought you mean the whole area,
yeah,
the whole arena. So
yeah, the whole arena, yeah.
I thought that it was quite small. Actually, it was quite small. When I was looking at tickets and prices and stuff like that, and I said, "Oh wow, look at this! We could get in." Because it was weird. Row A was not available,
Right.
but row B was. Now the weird thing about that is that row A was on the right and row B was on the left. So essentially, we did get front row seats.
Literally.
Literally. However, it was still saying that it was row B, which was kind of weird. But it's a small community theater, and what was it?
City theater.
City theater, and it was really sweet because it was interesting. There were only two men, obviously, in the show, Malcolm X, and Red Fox, and that was it. That was the only people in the show. But because it is a community theater, there were people there that were doing sign language and stuff like that for the hearing impaired. So that was wonderful. Yep. And there were two ladies doing that. And it was really very cool because though, obviously, all right, let's be honest. If you didn't know much about Malcolm X's background and Red Fox's background,
total opposites.
Right. You wouldn't have known that Malcolm X and Red Fox knew each other. And especially, obviously, all right, Malcolm X was killed in 1965, right? It was 1965. Most of us were not born yet, okay? And on top of that, and if you were born and you are our parents' age, right, you were a baby, okay? Plus, if you hadn't read either one of these gentlemen's autobiographies, you wouldn't have known that their paths crossed in Harlem. As we all know, obviously, Malcolm X was biracial, pretty fair skin, ish. I don't know. In some colorized things, maybe it's just the colorized. I always thought that he was my complexion, and to be fair. And I feel like I'm a chocolate. So I kind of felt like he was chocolate. But something, like if you see the black and white, you're like, oh, maybe he was fair. It just wasn't, whatever. But he had a red tint to his hair.
Yes.
And obviously, Red Fox. That's why he got the nickname Red, because I didn't think though he was not biracial though, but I didn't think so. That might be something I might have to look up, but yes, he too had red hair. He also had red in his hair. Now, those of us who grew up with Red Fox, the comedian, obviously, he was in his 40s, I guess, 40s in the 70s, 50s in his 80s.
Yeah.
Passed away in the 90s. He was
91.
He was in his 60s then. So by the time we knew who he was and knew he was a comedian and who was a little bit naughty and that kind of thing, Red Fox had maybe for the Sanford and Son, maybe he had his hair dyed white, white and gray and stuff like that. But we youngsters never saw him with his red hair unless we looked back on like old shows and videos and stuff like that. So me personally, when I heard of Red Fox, I just thought he liked the color red. Red was his favorite color. So, call me Red Fox. Me personally, if I had a nickname, I'd be like, call me Purple Butterfly. I thought he liked the color red and he liked foxes, or he thought he was Foxy, or the ladies thought he was Foxy. Hey, call me Red Fox. I don't know. That's what I thought.
Well, I'll tell you what. I when the play started, of course, we didn't know what to expect.
Didn't know what to expect. Well, we had a feeling.
Well, you didn't know exactly how it was going to go when they opened it up, and just like you said, as advertised, washing dishes, and it's safe to say that Malcolm and Red didn't get along at first.
Not at first. Again, most of us, unless you were, like I said, our parents' age, weren't around when Malcolm X was alive.
Mm-hmm.
And we missed his transformation and, who he ended up becoming and becoming such a civil rights force.
Right.
So we missed everything until we got old enough to understand the fight.
Right.
However, Malcolm X and Red Fox met each other at Jimmy's Chicken Shack in Harlem as dishwashers. Just put it all in there for you. In the 1940s.
And they had the cool 40s music playing too.
Yes.
Like from each scene, there was like a different 40s song. They had this little radio that would actually
light up,
yeah, and play this cool 40s music.
Yeah.
When they were going to each scene.
Mm-hmm. But they were always in the dish room.
Yes.
And somebody was always washing dishes. And the show was incredible. One of the young men, I'm not sure whether it was, I want to say it's the one who played Red Fox, but I might be wrong, was actually on Broadway, is actually a Broadway actor. Edwin Green played Malcolm X, and Trey Smith Mills played Red Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And New York, maybe it was the man that played Malcolm X. Said he was a New York-based actor and writer. And he's been playing. Yep. It was him. It was the man that Edwin Green who played Malcolm X. He is an NYC-based actor and writer who has been attached to Malcolm X and Red Fox, washing dishes at Jimmy's Chicken Shack in Harlem since its first off-Broadway production, reading in April 2024.
Wow.
But I believe that these two gentlemen actually met in college.
Mm-hmm.
So these two actually knew each other, and they did an amazing job. But mostly me, after seeing it, I was just so impressed by how good this play was.
Oh yeah,
it was incredible, and for two people, nothing again. And it's interesting now that I'm saying this out loud. As we know, Red Fox was an incredible actor himself, comedic actor. And don't you find it funny that though there were extra characters, the main show that everybody knows him from, which is Sanford and Son, technically only had two people, only had two main characters?
Yeah.
He and Damon Wilson.
Isn't that interesting?
Are the two main characters.
Isn't that interesting? And
so anyway, I just thought about that. But I thought it was an incredible show.
So do I.
I don't want to give away too much. I mean, obviously, we told you some of the, obviously, the main story is in the title.
Should we give away at least one thing that we didn't know about? And then
sure.
The famous line that
Red
Fox says in every Sanford and Son episode.
Tell them what it is.
Like, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you.
That's right.
And believe it or not, he got that
from Malcolm X.
Yes,
Or excuse me, Malcolm Little. Actually, he was not Malcolm X yet.
You said, you have to try to be funny,
right? Like he was going up for he was trying to. The Jimmy's Chicken Shack was also a very popular spot where people would hang out, and Red, which was also very interesting, is at least the character, but I would imagine probably true, was very down on himself.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And he didn't give himself much credit, and he was quite angry.
Yeah.
An angry person. And Malcolm was trying to, once they started to get to know each other and all this and all that, Malcolm was like, man, you're funny. Man, come on. Also, another thing about this show is a language. So if you are not okay with foul language,
and you wouldn't have brought your kids there,
please do not bring the children there for that. We noticed when we were there, the people in our age range were far and few between. Nobody was younger other than the ladies that were doing the sign language. And there weren't very many of there. Most of the people in the audience, I'd say about 90, maybe 95%, were Caucasian baby boomers, believe it or not. And I was actually quite shocked because I thought more people of color would be there.
Yeah.
But when we told our folks about it, my dad said, well, this was the time period. That was the time that the baby boomers were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So they already knew, no matter whether you're black, white, whoever, you knew who Red Fox was, and then eventually, Malcolm Little, who became Malcolm X.
Right.
So this was kind of, he was, kind of like a walk down memory lane for no matter what your color, no matter what. I said, wow. I said, I guess I didn't think about that because we did miss all of Malcolm X's life,
mm-hmm.
but we were around for the last half of Red's life. So, makes sense.
It definitely was a very good play.
Very good.
Like I said, there's too many scenes to reveal there, but you can always, I believe you can YouTube it.
Yes. And if you want to know how they handled, because of course we were wondering, like, okay, so are we just going to stick with them washing dishes? Because they both made an impact after that.
Yeah, they did.
They were both homeless. They both actually lived together on a rooftop. These are things that you didn't know unless you've read their autobiographies.
Right.
Believe it or not, they both, and I know because you heard what I said, that Malcolm X was murdered in 1965, and Sam C said that Red Fox passed away in 1991. So look at that, almost 30 years apart. But they both referenced one another and their time in the Chicken Shack as a part of their autobiography, which I thought was absolutely incredible, especially since Malcolm has been gone for 60 some odd years, 60 something years. And so I just thought that was incredible because that means that they made an impact on each other as well.
An impact on all of us.
That's true.
It was, again, when you talked about that, I'm like, what in the world? we didn't know what to expect.
Didn't know what to expect, but happy we did.
Definitely good. And
yes. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I was just going to say, if you haven't, the next time that this comes to your city,
you see that chicken and the word Malcolm X first.
Yeah. Next time this comes to your city, make sure you go and see the play Malcolm X, Red Fox, washing dishes at Jimmy's Chicken Shack in
In Harlem.
Harlem, because it was quite a play.
Yes, it was. And if you're wondering, what I started to say earlier was, if you're wondering
Where do you get the
how
name from?
they, well, not how they got what they got the name from, but
Yeah.
how they handled their deaths. Because obviously we know
Mm-hmm.
how they both died and where.
Right.
Um, it was actually quite, it was weird, interesting, but beautiful. We'll just
Right.
leave it
Leave
as
it at
that.
that.
We'll leave it as that. Very weird, very interesting. And then they brought it full circle, and they're like, wow. So,
I mean, it was pretty cool, regardless.
yeah, it made me cry.
Yeah. 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 It just made everybody in the audience just kind of like, wow.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So, yeah.
I'm so excited talking about it again.
Yeah.
So excited.
It's been a while.
Bringing it all up.
Again, if you haven't had a chance to see this play when it comes to your city, make sure you go ahead and see it, because it was really good. We just don't want to spill the beans on too many things, because there were a lot of different things there. We could tell you everything here, but we're not, because we want you to.
We don't want to spoil.
Yeah, we don't want to have spoil for you guys, like you said. So
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I give it an A.
Yep.
I think it was great. There were no flaws in it.
I give it an 11 out of 10.
11 out of 10. Okay.
One of my most favorite productions that I've seen.
Okay. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
It was really that good. Would you see it again?
Absolutely. If it comes back to, in fact, now that we're talking about it, I'm gonna check to see if they'll come back again, if they're still on tour. So.
All right. Well, you never know. That's definitely something we may want to see again.
Could be, yes.
But other than that, thank you for tuning in to this edition of Cubbage Critiques. We were glad to bring this to you. And if you missed any other Cubbage Critiques or any other content here on our YouTube channel, make sure you go check us out.
Absolutely.
And that includes every Friday, you have Cooking Phone with Mrs. Cubbage with this lovely lady here. And live on Saturday mornings, we do this little thing called the CCI radio show, where you get to join in the live chat with us. We open up the chat room, the chat box, whatever you want to call it. And, we just have some fun on Saturdays. We love when you guys spend time with us. We love spending time with you. But
that's true.
But again, thank you for all your continued support of Cubbage Critiques and everything we do. We greatly appreciate it.
That is correct. So thanks again. And we will see you again for another Cubbage Critique really, really soon. Bye.
All right. Well, we will see you guys later.
You soon.